everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I am really excited to bring you these wonderful die sets from Dee's Distinctively Cutting Dies. They're designed by Deanna Pennell. They're so versatile and fun to work with, so let me show you each one of these. This one is the Pinecone Die Set, and it's got all these little pieces, and I will say that some of them are clustered together like this with pieces in the center, so you'll just need to take some wire cutters, or sometimes you can just even use your hand to just bend them back and forth to separate them. If you don't separate this piece where it's got a little snow cap piece in the center of the pine cone, if you die cut it, you'll get this, which makes it kind of unusable. So make sure you separate your dies, okay? This one is the cardinal left facing. As you can see, it's got the different layers of the wings and the cute little feet. And this one is the Cedar Sprig, and there's 4 of them, which I love because when you're doing something like a wreath, you don't want to have to just cut every single one sprig out. So they've given you 4 of these, so it goes really quickly. This is the Winter Robin. He is right facing, but it doesn't say that. And you can see it's got all these little pieces. I've cut some of these apart here. Okay, and then finally the Pine Sprig set of 2. You get a large one and a small one. So these are really fun to play with, very versatile. I can't wait to show you what I did with them, so come play with us. All right, so this first one uses multiple pieces here. First of all, the paper pack I used was Christmas Memories paper pack, which is new from hot off the press. So I used the pine sprigs here in the background, and I cut them from both just light green cardstock and as well as a green patterned paper from the paper pack, so it gives a little variance in color there. And then to make the cute little pine cone, which looks like this, and then it has a little cap on it as well. If I can grab these little pieces. Here we go. Here's the little cap. And what you want to do is glue these pieces together. And a great product to use with these is not only the glue that I'm using, but also sticky specs. If you haven't seen sticky specs, check those out. They make everything into a sticker. Right? So you're going to glue that down, and then we're going to take our shaping tools here. These are little ball tools, styluses that we're going to use to shape. And what you want to do is just make these little rounding shapes, little circle shapes to the back pine cone. Oh. And it gives that curved appearance, a bit of dimension to them. And then you can glue this little cap on like I did with mine, or it comes with a little snow cap. You want to have something a little different, a little snowy there. And for the pine sprigs, I like to, when they're just made out of cardstock, I like to just add a little bit of green ink. This is Rainforest Green. And so I just choose a shade or 2 darker than the cardstock, so there's not a jarring difference in the ink color. There we go. That just gives it a little variation. There we go. And then the little cutout here comes from the Christmas Memories paper pack, and then I used a circle scallop cutting die from hot off the press to back that. And then I've also got this little love is from the Joy, Hope, Love, Peace cutting dies, also from hot off the press. So I just added that there, and then of course a little red ribbon. And if you haven't picked up this red ribbon collection from Paper Wishes, that's a great thing to have. I use that a lot on today's cards. Now this one uses the cardinal and a few others. So I used, first of all, I used wood and textures paper pack for this great kind of gray and white background. And then I also used the classic oval frame cutting die. This is new from hot off the press. Once again, I used, for the piece, I used this cutting die. And I cut that out of silver linen paper, which you can buy from the sheet from hot off the press. Then I added some little pine sprigs just cut from white cardstock, and I backed my wreath with a embossing folder. This one is the Diamond Dot embossing folder from Hot Off the Press, and I love that little texture that for the background. So let's start off with how to put together this cardinal. So just put everything on my little sheet protector here. So for the cardinal, I like to start off with a darker, sort of a burgundy color. I'm using one of my blending brushes here for this. And for that, I just want to do a sort of a dark burgundy color on the head, chest, and the tail feathers. And then also on each one of these feathers as well. Wings. And that just offers a little bit more dimension. Clean off my brush. If I don't do it right when I use it, I pick it up later and it's got burgundy on it. All right, so here we've got the little, what that's called on the cardinal, sort of a little mask for the cardinal. And we're going to glue that right near the beak part. And then you can shape these using the ball tool. I sort of left them flat, but let's see how they look when we put a little bit of shaping on this bottom one. And I'm just going to want to put glue right at that tip. Feathers to extend off a little bit, going up the top. And then we're just lining those each up. This. There we go. And even got some little feet here cut from black cardstock. And I like to glue one behind and one on the front. There we go. And then on this as well, there's even a little black dot for the eye, which I have lost on my black background. But you want to just glue, you can even die cut that from brown and put that in there. All right. Next one is a wreath. This beautiful pine wreath using the pine sprigs. And what I did with that was I used 2 shades of green. This paper pack background, this wood, is also from Wood and Textures paper pack from Hot Off the Press. And then the Happy Holidays are Christmas script greeting dazzles, also from Hot Off the Press. And what I did with these is I die cut them from 2 shades of green again. And then I like to just draw a little circle. I just used a circle die to draw my spacing here, and I just drew that right on top of the wood, but so that you could see it a little better. I'm going to do it like this, and then I just glued these, doing every other color, light green, dark green, light green, dark green, all the way around the wreath like that. And then when you get to the bottom, you're just gonna, to the top, you're just gonna tuck one under. And then I added some of these great new Dazzle stickers. These are glitter Dazzle stickers, and they're just this perfect little round shape for the berries. And of course went back to my red ribbon set to do my little gingham ribbon top. This one, I used my little winter robin. Come on, robin. So this one I wanted to do a little bit of coloring as well, and I used wild mushroom. And for this I'm gonna clean up my brush there. I'm gonna use the larger one. So I've got my largest blender brush just because it was grabbed. So I'm gonna do a little bit on the stomach here. And a little bit on that back all the way down to the tail feather. and then a little bit on the, and the same this red piece. Okay, now you might see here that on this tan piece of cardstock I've already put a little bit of black on the beak, and I just took the black ink pad and went like this so I didn't have to recut that from black. Okay, so actually this is the little breast piece that also has a little bit of tan on it. Let's cut it from white cardstock. Put that here first, then the red piece comes. There. And the wing, also I just put a little bit of a roundness to that wing, and I'm going to use some foam tape. To give that a little bit of a lift. Go. And then I've got the tiniest little brown dot for the eye. Go. And that's the one I should have used with my cardinal. Let's use it here. And then we've got our little tiny feet cut from black cardstock. Do the same that I did with cardinal. I like to glue one on the back and one on the front. Oops. Oh, I lost the foot. Okay. Well, anyway, you can see right here, glued there. All right, and so for this frame, I used this cutting die, the All Seasons Oval Wreath, and I cut that from chocolate brown cardstock and added Merry Christmas Dazzle here from green, and went back to those little glitter jewel dazzles and added those among the Sprigs. And this paper pack was from Christmas Memories. So as you can see, these are so fun to play with. They work really well. You can mix and match them. And we've got a great money saver on these, just in time for you to start making your Christmas cards. So definitely encourage you to check that out. If you're watching us on our vlog page, just look to the photo on the right side of the page and you will see the link there to the money saver. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just look below the description box, below the video in the description box, and you'll see the link to the money saver as well as paperwishes.com, where you'll have lots more fun things to play with. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.